You're in the market for a new swag, not quite sure what to choose. There's plenty out there, mate, hey?
There is lots out there. Different brands, thicknesses, canvas, polyester. They're all here, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Plenty to choose from.
That's right, we've got a few in this lineup. So a few years ago we did a bit of a swag showcase, and it's been quite popular, and we've had quite a few people ask us about doing some other swag. So we've been testing some other ones out over our time, and we've got some, like I said, different designs, different styles of setup. Like as you can see here, you've got some of your sort of standard style dome stuff. You've got stuff with
Based off your 30-second tent.
basic 30-second tent. You've got things with flies over it, big annexes.
Big thick mattress, 100mm.
Anyway, we got it from here like a 40mm mattress to a 100mm mattress.
Yeah.
So there's a bit here for everyone. Just depends on your needs.
Your budget.
Big doll swags here from $400 up to $800 swags. So.
If you're looking for a new swag, or if you're in the market for a swag at all, hopefully this video will help you choose on what one to pick.
100%, mate. So there's probably no one size fits all kind of swag, hey?
Nah, everyone's needs are different.
So we'll drop a link in the description too if you want to go back. We had another half a dozen swags in the first one, so we'll throw a link in that description. You can jump back, check that one out. Compare those, and then compare these 6, and then there's 12 swags straight away that you can choose from. That's right. We're going to give you a whole range of things. We're going to give you setup times. We're going to give you the weights. We'll give you some inclusions.
We'll also give like pros, cons.
Yeah, definitely. Will be fair for everyone. We'll give you the same amount for each. Costings, dimensions, what they're made out of, bits and pieces that are inside the swag, how they're set up, and every single swag here is brilliant.
Exactly.
If you were to buy one, you're going to be happy for the choices that you brought the swag for,
100%.
especially after we've run through the features and all that. So if you're choosing off of that, we're giving you our dead set honest opinion. If it's not comfortable, we're going to tell you.
Rightio, mate. Well, that's enough of us jibber-jabbering. Let's get stuck into it.
Which one you want to start with, mate?
We'll go to the crash pad.
We're lined up, ready to go. Let's get into it.
Righto, let's kick it off. I'm going to start with the Crash Pad Double Swag. Comes in a nice canvas bag, heavy duty straps, a good quality zip, and an oversized bag with a large opening to get it in and out of the bag. So
the carry bag is big enough to fit the swag away, with the bedding still rolled up inside. As you can see, the large flap makes it quite easy also to get the swag inside. There are separate bags for both poles and pegs, and the swag comes in at a cost of $538. The swag weighs in at about the 15.5 kilo mark, meaning not too heavy for the size of the swag.
Slept in this bad boy a bunch of times, all different kinds of weather, never had an issue. Really good quality swag. Now the important part, let's time it and see how long it takes to set up.
Go. Setup of this swag is quite easy. Simply roll it out and get out your poles. There are 2 interconnecting curved poles at either end, and 1 large spreader pole down the centre which tensions up the swag. The swag can be set up freestanding, but we do recommend either ends on the storm flaps that use the guide ropes and peg it down to pull the sag out of the sides. Setup time of the swag is 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The swag dimensions set up are 210 centimeters long, 150 centimeters wide and 80 centimeters high. Rolled up, it's only 150 centimeters long by 40 high. It is made of high quality 410 GSM hard coat waterproof canvas. There are storm flaps at either end of the swag which double as the tie down points to protect the windows from bad weather. The sides of the swag do sag a little like you can see here, but there are ways around it with extra tie downs. The tensioner pole of the swag is of good quality with no sag. The swag is attached to the pole with these large clips. The zips are number 10 YKK zips, and they are found on all canvas and fly entry doors. They're very smooth and we've never had an issue. Either side's canvas or both can be rolled up, exposing the superfine mesh to provide great ventilation on those warm nights. The swag's base is a heavy duty 600 GSM PVC floor. It's waterproof and very easy to clean. The swag has only 2 small internal storage pockets at the head end of swag, big enough to fit your mobile phone. There are 2 large ventilation windows at either end. These are protected by those storm flaps to prevent any water ingress even in the worst weather. The flap can be rolled up and stowed away neatly. The swag's mattress is a 70mm posture foam mattress and is quite comfortable There's a double layer storm flap protecting the verticals of all the zips, and a single layer overhang protecting the lower horizontal zip. There is also an additional canvas layer across the top of the swag. The swag is exceptionally roomy with enough head height to sit up inside the swag. There is enough room for one person to spread right out or two people to sleep comfortably. Now for the pros and cons. Pros: great build quality, comfortable mattress and loads of internal room. Cons: weight versus a smaller swag, only 2 small storage pockets and no zip on the end fly windows. And is the winner of most tried and tested durability.
Next swag in the lineup is the Oztent DS1. We've actually got 2 Oztents in this video, more for the fact we like the way they do things just a little bit different. They try to break away from just the standard swag, couple of poles and whatnot. Now this one here, as you can see, lightest of the bunch. Either that or I'm just really strong, but we'll go with lightest. It doesn't weigh bugger all, it's quite small and compact in size. It's a swag with a fly separate, so let's get stuck into it and run through this. Now the handles and straps on this bag aren't as thick as some of the other ones, but they're more than ample because this swag weighs, it's pretty light. We'll get to the weights in a minute. But yeah, you got 2 clip buckles, 2 grab handles for the straps, the zip on the bag, smooth as silk. Now let's see what it takes to set it up.
The Oztent DS1 comes in at a weight of 9.3 kilos and is the lightest in this lineup. The contents of the bag are quite a snug fit. In the bag you have your fly, swag and separate bags for both poles and pegs. Setup of this swag comprises of 2 parts. Part 1, set up the base structure of the swag. We find it better to peg this out for more rigidity and ease of setup. Pegging out all 4 corners makes it easy when pulling over the fly. Setup of the base structure of this swag is like every other dome swag. Interconnecting hoops for the ends and a spreader pole down the middle. The poles are colour coded for ease of identification. Orange for the higher head end and black for the feet. Once the structure of the swag is up, simply pull over the fly and peg it down. It needs to be pegged down to be pulled tight and maintain its rigidity, so there's a bit more setup in this one compared to the freestanding swag. And setup of this swag takes around 6 minutes. The dimensions of this swag setup are 210 centimeters long, 90 centimeters wide and 80 centimeters high. Rolled up, it is 91 centimeters long and 34 centimeters high. It is made from 8 ounce ripstop polycotton canvas and comes in at a cost of $669.99. Did we forget to say it came with a lot of pegs?
Wow.
The swag fly is constructed using their pitch black technology, keeping out 95% of sunlight, perfect for those really sunny days where you want to sleep in. There are ventilation points at either end. They are a must because without good airflow, this swag does have a tendency to condensate quite a lot. They've really thought about it too, using these incorporated spreader bars, which are simply velcroed into place. That was at the foot end, and this one is at the head end. Again, using that same spreader bar to velcro it in, keep it open. There are 2 incorporated guy ropes at either end to ensure even in the windiest conditions, this swag isn't going to flap around. Entry of the swag can be done in 2 ways. One, being at the head end of the swag, simply roll back the fly, hold it into place with these retentioners, and you can climb in. This space also doubles as great ventilation. Also when pulled closed, it doubles as storage for things like your boots. There is plenty of head height in this swag and you are actually able to sit up whilst inside, which is quite handy and most don't offer in the smaller swags. The second entry point can be made by opening up the side of the swag, exposing the fly. This can also be rolled up for ventilation on warm days. The Oztent swags are the only ones also to spec their mesh as midgie proof. There's a handy small zipped entry also to run a power lead through, for things like charging your phone, or those of you who like the comforts of an electric blanket. The zips on the fly, although having a plasticky feel, work effortlessly every time. The mattress is a 50mm foam mattress, and while it could be a little thicker, it does help to keep the weight down. The floor is a 350 GSM heavy duty heat sealed PVC floor. At the head end of the swag, there are 2 internal storage pockets on either side, a larger one for things like your phone, and a smaller one for car keys or a small water bottle. Here you can see the internal side of that power cord entry. This swag with a fly off offers a well ventilated swag, and it is perfect for things up north or in warmer conditions where you want to lay there and look at that crystal clear sky. The swag fly zips completely off, which is a handy little feature because if it is damaged, it's easy to replace. Now for the pros and cons. Pros: it is extra lightweight, there is an option for no fly, and the light blockout is perfect for those sleep-in mornings. Cons: there's a thin mattress, they do have a tendency to condensate if not ventilated properly, and it does need quite a few pegs for setup. And this is the winner of the bunch for lightweight compact option.
Next up, we've got the Oz10 RS1. Comes in a heavy duty bag, 3 handles, which with all cross stitching and everything, so they're fairly heavy duty. The bag is quite large itself. It is based off the 30-second tent, so it almost is like swag across the tent, so let's call it a swen.
The way this swag goes into its bag is the mattress is folded in half, and then the swag sits inside, then folded over together. Only downside of this is if your swag was wet, you wouldn't be able to put it back in the bag this way because it would get the mattress wet. It does come with decent quality pegs, separate bag for the poles for the awning, and the guy ropes. It weighs in at 16.5 kilos.
Righto, let's get stuck into it.
Setup of this swag is exceptionally easy. Simply unzip the bag, open it up, take the tent out of the bag. Open up sides A and B, then step inside, click the 2 corner pieces into place, and you're done. Throw the mattress inside, and it's that easy. It can be freestanding, but it is easier to peg it out. And it's set up in a time of 1 minute and 39 seconds in its unpegged state. Pegging it out though does help pull all the corners taut, adds another minute to the job, and is set up in a time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The swag's dimensions set up are 215 centimeters long, 105 centimeters wide, and 100 centimeters high. Packed up, it is 157 centimeters long, 50 centimeters wide, and 30 centimeters high. It is made of Modcan 300D ripstop polyester, which is also certified fire resistant, and comes in at a cost of $799.99. One bonus feature of this swag is the awning. It is adjustable height using these telescopic poles. It also serves as another purpose, which we'll show you shortly. It is also handy as it's a large enough area to escape the elements. It can also be used to store your boots or your camp chair overnight. Like the RS1, this one also has built-in vents at either end, and the same spreader bar system that velcros in. Under the awning too, you'll also find these ventilation windows. These roll up and stowed away. They're definitely needed because, like the RS1, this one does have a tendency to condensate. We have found with this, the more ventilation the better. Another handy feature with this swag are the guy ropes come with their own pocket. Tuck them away nicely when not in use. On the rear of the swag, you'll find a window. It can be opened a little bit or a lot, or completely rolled up out of the way. Handy for those warm nights where the ventilation is right where you're sleeping, and again, to help with that condensation. This swag also comes with a zipped opening to get the power cord in for charging those phones or running that electric blanket. Like we spoke about earlier, that awning can be flipped over the back of the swag and with its silver backing used to deflect the heat. You can also use your poles from the awning to peg it up and create an air gap. Entry into the swag is via the large opening on the face. They can be rolled up and stowed out of the way on both sides. The mesh on the swag is made from 65 gram Midgie mesh that is also fire resistant. Inside you'll find one storage bag which velcros on so it is easy to move around and stow in the swag where you like. The mattress in this swag is only a 40mm foam mattress and you do feel the folded gaps. You can buy a stretcher for this in addition to the swag, but it does come at an extra cost at an already quite expensive swag. The floor is a heavy duty 350 GSM heat sealed PVC and is rather durable. This right here is the secret to its super fast setup and pack down. Just like the tried and tested 30-second tent, this simple locking cam system locks into place for setup and simply unlocks and slides down for pack down. There is more than ample room for one person to spread out inside the swag and also plenty of headroom to sit up. Now for the pros and cons. Pros. It is extremely fast setup with that aluminium frame. There's a really large awning that's useful and the materials of the swag are fire resistant. The cons. Thin mattress, which is not a very comfortable night's sleep. Tendency for condensation and is extremely expensive given you really need the stretcher to be a comfortable night's sleep. And is the winner for having the undercover area that is actually useful.
So next up we've got Carl Collins Air Swag. Now this one's a bit different. Instead of using poles, it uses air pressure as the structure of the swag. It comes in a big oversized bag, so you can fold it up with all your bedding inside, roll it up and still get in the bag, no worries. The bag probably would be handy if it had a Velcro strap here to hold the two straps together, but 2 straps here, so we grab handles on the end as well.
This swag is quite heavy for its size and weighs in at 18 kilos. The swag itself doesn't come with a carry bag, but can be purchased for a cost of $74. With the design, the way the bag opens up, it makes it a real breeze to get the swag inside. The swag itself has its own carry handle and high quality straps to retain the swag while it's rolled up. Now for the setup time. Setup of this swag is almost as easy as it gets. Simply unzip the swag, unclip the clips, roll the swag out and connect your pump. There is an air port with a one-way valve located at one end of the swag. Simply connect your pump till the swag is of a good firmness, close the port and you're done. It's that easy. And the swag is set up in a blistering time of 1 minute and 50 seconds. The pump is also sold separate, so if you don't have one, you'll have to purchase one of those at a cost of $59 for this one from Colkine, or if you want to take the manual part out of it, a 12 volt Lilo pump will do the same job. The poles of the swags are connected internally via these tubes, so all 3 poles of the swag can be pumped up via the one port. The dimensions of this swag set up are 220 centimeters long, 110 centimeters wide, 75 centimeters high. Packed up, it is 115 centimeters long and 50 centimeters wide. It is made of 13 ounce, high density, breathable, waterproof canvas and comes in at the cost of $399. This swag also comes with a built-in sewn on PVC ground mat, which also doubles as a boot storage bag for when you tuck yourself into bed at night. This swag doesn't need to be pegged down, but at either end are weatherproof storm flaps and they double as the tie down points to pull them out. It is very rigid, and as you can see from here, the poles are extremely firm, the air works well and the structure of the frame is extremely rigid. At either end, the zips are covered by the vertical with a large storm flap and an overhanging storm flap on the lower horizontal. The zips on this swag are of high quality and work effortlessly, and rolling up the external canvas opens up the swag on either side to give ventilation via the fine mesh for those warm, dry nights. The mattress in this swag is a 70mm high quality foam mattress, but you can option it for the 100mm, which adds a 30mm foam topper. At either end of the swag there is a small opening protected by those storm flaps to provide ventilation in any kind of weather. There is also a clear strip which is open at the ends so you can slide in an LED strip light. The floor is made from 13.5 ounce heavy duty PVC and is reinforced and sealed in all the required places. There is only one internal storage pocket at the head end of the swag, though it is decent size. The swag is extremely comfortable and there's plenty of room inside the swag for one person to spread out, although there isn't quite enough head height to sit up inside the swag. This is a great, well ventilated swag and the air pole system works extremely well. And now for the pros and cons. Pros: extremely fast setup and pack down, the mattress is extremely comfortable, and you don't have to worry about the broken poles falling into the swag after a few beers. Cons: you do have to carry a separate air pump, you may have the risk of an air leak, though very unlikely, and there is not much headroom to sit up inside the swag. And this is the winner of being the most simple and effective design.
The Darche, Darch, whatever you call it. In the last few videos you might have noticed, this is the one I normally use. It's quick, it's easy, it's comfy. The bag, it's a canvas bag, handle either end, handle's in the middle, and you've got your strap that goes across each end as well. Nice and compact.
This swag comes in at a weight of just over 13.5 kilos. We had an issue with the footage, so the swag setup had to be filmed in a different location. The bag for the swag is a bit of a snug fit, so depending on your bedding, you may not be able to roll it up with your bedding inside. The simple D-ring setup is used to retain the swag and the bag in place when it's all packed up. And now for the setup time. Setup of this swag is your standard dome swag setup. Simply unroll the swag and get out your poles. The poles for the hoop ends of this swag, unlike the others, aren't interconnecting and are individual. Sometimes you might find that one or two will pop out of place when setting up the swag. Put the hoop ends in place your spreader bar in the middle, and it's as easy as that. Peg out the ends to take the sag out of the swag and your job is done. And the setup time of this swag is done in just under 3.5 minutes. The swag's dimensions are 215 centimeters long, 110 centimeters wide and 810 centimeters high. Packed up, It is 110 centimeters long and 35 centimeters wide. It is made from 420 GSM ripstop polycotton canvas and comes in at a cost of $539. One great feature we like on this swag are the poles. Made of a composite material, they are virtually unbreakable. The storm flaps on this swag also, which doubles the tie down points, come a lot further down the swag than most of its competitors. You can see here the flex in the poles with no worry about breaking them. The zips on the swag are quite effortless, and the canvas flap also has eyelets in it, so if you purchase some poles separately, it can be pegged out as an awning or rolled up for maximum ventilation. The mesh of the swag is 125 GSM superfine polyester mesh. There are large zipped openings at the end of the swags, and unlike its competitors, the fly also unzips, giving you access into the storm flaps, handy for those rainy nights to keep your boots under cover. Inside the swag you'll find 4 internal pockets, 2 at either end, 2 at the head and 2 at the feet. The mattress of the swag is a 70mm high density foam mattress.
Far out. That was seedy.
That's getting left in.
Yeah.
The floor of the swag is made from 600 GSM PVC with all welded corners. The canvas flaps of this swag roll right up to the apex of the swag, giving you a good view of the night sky. There's plenty of room inside the swag for one person to spread right out for a good night's sleep, but not quite enough room to sit up inside the swag. Now for the pros and cons. Pros: unbreakable poles, extremely comfortable mattress, and the full opening ends of the swag, which go into the storm flaps that come most of the way down. Cons: the poles are individual and not interconnecting, so sometimes they come apart when setting up the swag. There's a lower internal head height, so you can't sit up inside the swag. It's a firm fit in the bag, so depending on your sleeping system, you might not be able to roll it up with that inside. And it's the winner of durability whilst packing up small, light and compact.
Alright, last but not least, the big pupper of them all, Ranger Supply Co. Now, this swag is an absolute whopper. It weighs a ton, but it's packed full of features. It comes in a gigantic bag, nice and easy with the zip to get it in and out. 2 big sturdy straps. They're cross stitched as well down here, and a bit of more of a brace through there. You've got handles also at each end, not throwing it up on the roof because it's a bit of a whoop. You'll see why. Throw it on the scales. Let's check out the weight of this thing.
This swag's the heaviest of the bunch, tipping the scales at just over 23 kilos. The bag for this swag opens right up, where inside you'll find the boot bag, your floor mat, separate bag for pegs and poles. We do find though the zip on the swag bag to be a little finicky and jam up on the corners. Now for the setup. The setup of this swag is identical to all the other dome swags. Interconnecting hoops on the ends and a spreader bar in the middle. Connect your hoops into the eyelets of the base, click on your clips, and place your spreader bar in the middle, pull it taut, and the job is done. We do find with this swag it also needs to be pegged down to take the sag out of the sides. The swag is set up in its basic form in a time of 5 minutes. Another option you can have when setting it up is run the PVC ground floor mat, which the boot bag velcros onto, and you can also set up the awning for a bit of extra shade. The swag dimensions set up at 215 centimeters long, 150 centimeters wide and 80 centimeters high. Packed up, it's 150 centimeters long and 45 centimeters wide. It is made from 420 GSM tough plaid ripstop weaved canvas, and it comes in at a cost of $799. At either end you'll find storm flaps of the swag which come halfway down, which also double up as the tie down points. The guy ropes on these swags, a handy feature, are glow in the dark, save you tripping over them at night. And the tensioner is an aluminium, not a plastic like you see on a lot of swags. With the awning set up, offers you a bit of shade from that direct sunlight. The awning poles are 2-piece to fold into the bag. And with the awning set up, keeps that direct sunlight out of the swag, while also giving you plenty of fresh air. The included ground mat is made of heavy duty PVC with eyelets at the end to peg it down, handy for those sandy or muddy campsites. The ground mat simply attaches to the swag via these press studs which are set out on one side of the swag. The included canvas boot storage bag simply velcros into place on the ground mat and is a handy inclusion. The zips on both the canvas and the flies are both effortless. The canvas sides roll up neatly and stow right out of the way, again for that fresh air and views of the night sky. All the flies are made with a superfine mesh. Opened right up, the sides of the swag are massive, making entry or adding in all your bedding extremely easy. Another handy inclusion are these glow-in-the-dark toggles hanging off the end of all the zips, making it really easy to find. Another inclusion to this swag is the supplied power pack and LED strip light. The power bank has 2 USB ports, one for a phone and one for the LED light. There is a pocket at either end for the power pack and a strip across the top of the swag to run the LED strip. The LED strip comes with a bunch of different colour modes depending on your preference. At either end of the swag you'll find a large accessory or phone pocket, and in all 4 corners of the swag you'll find a pocket for a drink bottle. At either end of the swag you have your canvas flaps with your mesh screens behind, protected by those storm flaps for those wet nights where you still want ventilation. Also, another great feature, all of the stitching of the canvas is internally sealed. The mattress is a whopping 100mm dual density eggshell foam, which is incredibly comfortable and you cannot feel the ground. The floor is a 600 GSM PVC floor with all welded seams. This is the biggest swag in the lineup and there is plenty of space inside. More than enough room for 2 people to sleep comfortably. You can almost sit up straight inside the swag and you can spread out as much as you want when you're in there on your own. You can also see from me moving around how comfortable the mattress is. There is an added layer of canvas across the top of the swag and velcroed weatherproof storm flaps down the vertical of the zip. The canvas also overhangs at the base of the horizontal zip. Now for the pros and cons. Pros: an absolute ton of inclusions, including the ground mat, the boot bag, the awning, lighting and the power pack, a comfortable mattress and an absolute heap of room inside. The cons: it's heavy and getting it onto a car for someone smaller would be a bit of a job. Given its bigger size, it's a little bit trickier to roll up on your own, and the zips of the bag can be a bit finicky, jamming up in the corners and sometimes being a bit tricky to get started. And is the winner for, although it's got a higher price tag, what you get for your money.
Here, just as the rain says here, mate, we've wrapped it up. Now we're going to have to set these things up in the carport and drive,
right? So I hope this video helped you decide on what swag you might want to buy.
If it didn't, you've always got that, like we said earlier, we've got our earlier video we done on another 6 swags.
Yeah.
So we'll drop a link down to that one in the description so you can jump over, check that one out.
Yeah.
That's got anything from your budget kings and your traditional style swag up to your ARBs,
all the way up to your
23 zeros and stuff, and now we've got all these ones as well. So plenty of options for you there to check out and do your research on what swag you want to buy.
Yeah. If you have any of these swags, drop a comment below as well. Let us know your thoughts, and how often you get away in it. So,
yeah, that's right. It'd be good to know all your experiences. We can't really fault any of these besides the reasons that we've given you in this video.
Yeah.
So yeah, have you had any other experiences, good, bad, ugly?
Yeah.
Let us know.
That's it.
It'd be good for other people to read them and then they can help make their decisions too.
Well. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got value out of the video that we put together for you. And yeah,
that's it. If you did like it and you do like sort of what we're putting together, give this channel a bit of subscribe as well.
Yeah, always helps.
Yeah, we've got plenty of trip videos, we've got how-to videos, we've got some comparison videos as well. So yeah, jump through, have a look, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy the work we're putting into it all for you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
So easy. See you in the bush.